Some say it begins with a melody, a sound too perfect for the human world, carried across the sea, through storm and silence alike. A voice so beautiful, it pulls men toward it. And once they listen, they never return. From Homer's Odyssey to modern missing persons reports, from ancient maps to deep-sea sonar recordings, the question remains, what are sirens? And are they gone, or simply hiding beneath the waves? The earliest known sirens were not women of the sea. In ancient Greek myth, they were bird-bodied creatures with human faces, guardians of hidden knowledge and bringers of death. Homer's Odyssey describes them as beings whose songs charm the heart and lead sailors to destruction. Odysseus tied himself to the mast just to hear them. His crew stuffed their ears with wax. Later, Roman poets, Ovid, Virgil, reimagined sirens as more sensual. Half woman, half fish, not just monsters, but temptresses. Desire became the new weapon. Their song became less about music and more about control. And yet, long before Homer sang of the sea, ancient Hebrew texts warned of voices from deep places. In the book of Job, chapter 41, we find Leviathan. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. He maketh the deep to boil like a pot, a creature not just of body, but of sound. In Lamentations, the prophet mourns, the daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. In early translations, ostriches were sirens, creatures who abandoned their young, creatures whose cries were believed to curse the earth. To some early Christian mystics, sirens were not fantasy. They were fallen angels, exiled to the deep, trading harps for harrowing songs. On medieval maps, the unknown was marked with monsters. And always, somewhere near the edge, a siren. In the 13th century Psalter map, a mermaid is shown beside the phrase. Here, the sea is full of marvels. Explorers and pilgrims returned from the coasts of West Africa and northern Norway with stories of women in the surf, pale and beckoning. Fishermen claimed they sang in the fog, sometimes just before a storm, sometimes just before someone vanished. In the 1500s, even famed cartographer Olaus Magnus recorded reports of sirens seen by dozens of men. Their hair long, their gaze sorrowful, and their cries heard at moonrise. Across cultures, separated by oceans and centuries, the same pattern appears. From the Slavic Rusalki to the Celtic Selkies to the Caribbean Las Sirenas, the thread remains. A female spirit near the water, whose voice ensnares the living. Even the indigenous peoples of North America tell of river women who appear to lost men, always singing, never blinking. What unites them all is one trait. Their voice comes before their face. You hear her first, and then it's too late. In 1603, the Dutch ship Bantam records an encounter in the Indian Ocean. The log reads, "A creature of woman shape appeared near the reef. She was fair of face, but unearthly of eye. Her voice did tremble the men, though no word could be understood." In 1846, a British whaling vessel reports losing 3 men to a voice among the fog, described as weeping, singing, and laughing at once. Even Christopher Columbus claimed to have seen 3 sirens off the coast of Hispaniola in 1493. He noted, "They are not so beautiful as they are said to be, for their faces had masculine traits." Was that a cover for fear, or an encounter with something he could not explain? Modern science explains these sightings away. Sailors were tired, delirious, mistaking manatees for mermaids, hallucinations, hypothermia, alcohol, and yet, in 2009, A deep-sea survey off the Mariana Trench recorded an unexplained vocal pattern, a harmonic trill too complex to be whale or sonar. The frequency matched no known marine species. The scientists named it Julia. It lasted 7 minutes and has never been repeated. According to maritime records, over 5,000 seafaring individuals have disappeared under unusual audio anomalies since 1900. Ships intact, communications clear, and then nothing. One moment they were there, the next gone. In 1978, a solo sailor named Tom Bell disappeared off the coast of Sardinia. In his final recorded message, he muttered, "I hear her singing again. She's closer than last night. She wants me to follow." The recording cut out. His body was never found. In ancient lore, sirens did not merely kill. They punished. They punished pride, lust, and hubris. They lured kings, heroes, and priests alike. In some early Christian folktales, sirens were the last voice a sinner heard, offering false comfort just before the soul was claimed. The Siren Song, then, was not just beautiful. It was righteous judgment disguised as melody, a test, a curse, a mirror. In modern psychology, the siren has been called a projection, a myth that reflects man's fear of desire, the unknown, and loss of control. Carl Jung wrote of the siren archetype: the anima, uncontrolled, becomes the devourer. The siren, in this sense, is not a creature, but a calling, the voice we follow into ruin, the temptation that seems sweet right before we drown. Revelation 17 speaks of a woman sitting upon many waters, clothed in purple and scarlet. She is called the mother of abominations. She deceives kings. She brings ruin to nations, and yet her appearance is alluring. In early sermons, this passage was often paired with siren imagery. She is the sea witch, the beautiful destroyer, and the waters she sits upon, the souls of men. Even today, new siren stories arise. TikToks from cruise ship workers speaking of songs in the mist, fishermen in the Philippines sharing videos of the singing reef, and urban legends about sonar pings that sing back. In 2022, a deep-sea diver in the Gulf of Oman went missing. His body cam footage showed him turning suddenly, whispering, "Is someone humming?" The video ends with his flashlight falling into darkness. He was never found. Are sirens just stories, warnings wrapped in melody, or are they real and hiding behind the veil of our disbelief? We may never know. But if you're ever near the shore and hear a tune that doesn't belong, a voice sweet, sorrowful, and not quite human, do not follow. Even now, in the age of science and satellites, some songs have no source, and some voices were never meant to be heard. If this story pulled you under, leave a comment. Do sirens still walk our shores, or have we just stopped listening? Subscribe for more stories like this, where myth and history blur. And remember, the sea holds secrets older than scripture. Be careful what you hear.